On your program, there's several pieces that were either adapted specifically for the Phoenix Chorale or composed or arranged by members of your organization. Can you share a little bit about including works like these on the program and the process of adapting music specifically for your ensemble?
Absolutely. There are several reasons why we like to do this. The most important probably being, to echo what I said before, the chorale is very much an ensemble which is for and of its community. And we want to celebrate and enrich the lives of this community by celebrating the musicians within our ensemble. So if we can present music which was written by people from Arizona, from the county, from the valley, what that means is we're sending out the art form that's created in this state to the rest of the nation, to the rest of the world, and saying, hey, you should listen up because Arizona's got some pretty special things going on when it comes to choral music. And it creates a unique aspect to our performances. Other choirs aren't performing this repertoire in the same way, and so we're presenting something slightly different to set ourselves apart from the crowd. And we like to think that the warmth of the state is reflected both in the personality of the people and in their voices. The sound that we create in Arizona is a very warm sound. It's a very giving sound. It's an enveloping sound. And because we have this close-knit community, almost a family of singers, when we're singing our own music in our own way, we can bring something much deeper to the performance, I think. And as for the arrangements, which I helped to put together for this particular performance, I know these voices now. I've been privileged to work with them for 3 years. And I feel as though I've really got under the skin of what they like to sing and the way that they like to present it. And so if I can write in a very bespoke, tailored way to those voices, I'm able to get the best out of them. And so that's why we enjoy trying to do something a bit different.
That's great. I think that makes you a really unique ensemble. Are we going to have more of that to look forward to in the spring?
Well, the spring is something completely different. So what we're presenting in the spring is more of an immersive experience. It's more of a multimedia event, I suppose, than just a concert. And we want to do that because times are changing and life is changing. And I don't think it's good enough anymore simply to say to people, come to this particular building on this particular day and hear some music. Because with Spotify, you can hear whatever you want to, whenever you want to, with Apple Music or Amazon or other providers are available. And it's not necessarily the case in our busy lives that we want to go out to be relaxed or to have a sort of a bittersweet musical experience. What I think we crave at the moment is something more immersive, is something more provocative. And so we've partnered with the Phoenix Art Museum, and we've worked with a contemporary American composer called Sarah Kirkland Snyder, who's based out of Princeton and New York City. And we're putting on a semi-staged performance. We're going to be using some specially commissioned visuals by Deborah Johnson, who goes by the stage name Candy Stations. And she put these wonderful images together for the original work, Mass for the Endangered, Sarah Kirkland Snyder's Mass. And you can see these on YouTube if you want to search them up and have a watch. They're absolutely fantastic. But we can project them onto the wonderful blank space of the main atrium in the Phoenix Art Museum. And they add another dimension, both to the music, but also to the overall experience, because people will be able to be totally immersed and lost in the journey as we tell the story of the Mass and also the story of how we should be better custodians of our planet. And we're contrasting that with a very, very powerful humanist, almost warlike psalm setting by George Frederick Handel called Dixit Dominus. Incredibly powerful psalm setting, wonderful piece of music. But that speaks of the idea of dominion as in power and control. So dominion is the common word which connects the Mass for the Endangered, connects Dixit Dominus, which is, as I say, this powerful warlike psalm setting. And we hope that through really interesting uses of light combinations and movement and different sound worlds, we can present these in a really powerful and provocative way to the Phoenix audience. And it's completely different from let's go to Camelback Bible Church. Beautiful venue, beautiful acoustics, but at the end of the day, it's a church. Let's take it out of that setting and let's present music which is more hard-hitting and perhaps speaks to us in a slightly different way.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm so excited to attend.
Thank you. Well, we hope that this is going to be the first of many performances, annual performances, where we're founding a chamber orchestra for this event. And so we're going to be closely connecting with this chamber orchestra this season and in future seasons to bring these works which perhaps don't get performed that much in Phoenix. Dixit Dominus. We have the wonderful symphony with the symphony chorus that does the mass performances of Beethoven 9 and Carmina Burana and other wonderful works. And we also have the small chamber performances the chorale normally does, a cappella works in churches. But we want to try to expand that and have something which is sort of in the middle, where music was written for a small orchestra, not a symphony orchestra, and a small force of singers, not a big symphonic chorus. And, we keep in touch with symphony chorus and we make sure that we're not treading on their toes. But it's really exciting to fill in those gaps and to cover all the bases. And so the plan for next year is to look at something like Mozart Requiem, and the plan in the year after is to look at, another Requiem or Bach Magnificat or some wonderful sort of small chamber masterworks, and then pair those with something really provocative and really contemporary and really, really hard hitting, either by a woman composer or by a minority composer, or speaking to an element of modern life which affects all of us. It could be the environment. It could be something political. It could be something which is, really hinting at diversity or inclusivity. So we're trying to keep the choral world as relevant as possible, and to say to people, hey, listen, come and hear us because we've got something to say, and I think you're going to like the way in which we say it.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the concert.
Thank you so much.